Welcome to the Let's Talk BS podcast. I'm Bryan.
And I'm Sofia, and we're coming to you live from the
757, where we discuss real estate,
culture, and current events.
All right, how you doing today, Sofia?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Doing good. We have a guest today, as you can see.
We do.
Center stage.
Yes, yeah. Happy to be here.
Most definitely, man. It's one of my good buddies, man. I've known him for 20 years now. It's Jeremy Mason. Goes by JC Mason, to be exact. Jeremy's, like I said, a good buddy of mine, man. We met back in high school. I remember when I was a freshman, Jeremy was a senior. Met playing football. And, we've always kind of kept in close contact throughout the years. I know you went away. You're an attorney.
Correct.
So you went away for college. And even when you came back, times you would come back here. We always kind of reconnect and connected. Always would see each other at different places. And, so we felt it'd be good to have Jeremy come by here today as an attorney that practiced criminal law and now real estate law to be able to shed some light on some things that you've seen over your years, practicing.
For sure.
Appreciate you coming, bro.
I'm very obliged. I'm happy to be here.
Cool, man. Cool. So what we typically do, man, is just kind of catch up on how things have been going. So, Sofia, what's been up with you?
Let's see. It's been 3 weeks, right?
Yeah, it's been 3 weeks since we recorded.
Man, school started back. I'm excited about that.
Oh yeah, me too.
All
I was probably,
yeah.
you know how the kids have the jitters the day before school comes back, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that was me. I was so excited. I wasn't even going to school. I was excited for them. I woke up extra early, like, yep, come on, let's go.
I'm with you.
No, but yeah, so school started back, so I was excited about that. Let's see, I went to a trail ride on Sunday.
Trail ride, okay.
Yeah.
What's that consist of? What's a trail ride?
Basically a big party in the fields.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was different. I don't think I'll ever do it again.
Okay. What is the ride part? I guess I'm trying to think.
I was looking for that too.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But there was a couple people who had horses.
Oh, so that's the riding
people
part.
hooked up and grilled and did certain things. There was like tents. There was a big dance. It wasn't a dance floor, dance dirt.
Yeah.
That you could say.
Yeah.
Music. It was kind of like a festival, but country style.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't really have a good experience, and that's probably why I would never do it again. So, when I went, we ended up going late, like some Black people do. Mm-hmm. And the parking, because it was out in the country, was ridiculous. So we basically had to walk like a mile and a half to get to the place.
A mile and a half.
A mile and a half.
That's excessive.
So
really
it was. So then, because you're thinking, if you think about it, in the country, everything's far away. Everything's long, right?
Not half a mile and a half.
A mile and a half.
I guess I'm thinking like when it comes to country stuff though, normally like dirt, like. Why you have to park so far? Like, I mean, you think it's just like nothing else around? Like,
because the next parking
I can see if you're in the
area,
city or something, you know what I mean?
The next parking area was a mile down the road.
Wow. So you actually parked like a parking lot then type of thing? Or like...
No, we parked in a field, but the next parking field was down the road.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. So that meant that we couldn't have our tent anymore. We couldn't have, some of the things, the essentials that we planned to bring.
Gotcha.
And it got to the point where they wouldn't allow us to bring our truck there so we can like unload and then go park.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then we ended up knowing someone there who allowed us to come into the tent, but one of the girls that was there got on my nerve real bad.
Oh.
She was completely disrespectful.
Oh.
And so she ruined my day.
Was she working there?
No.
Oh, she was a patron as well.
Yeah. And I had to hold back and shut my mouth.
You about to put pause on them?
You got to woosah. You got to woosah sometimes, man.
So we too old to fight now, right?
I'm too old for that.
Too much to lose.
But I would have hurt her feelings.
I was about to say, though, if we did, we got this guy right here we can call.
Everybody does it. I'll tell you the beginning.
That's true.
Don't get in trouble. That's the easiest way.
That's the
Don't
easiest
have
way.
to call me.
I had to really humble myself. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I don't think this is my vibe. If I hadn't have parked a mile and a half away, I would have left. Let's just say that. But because I walked a mile and a half, I was like, I ain't going back.
You stuck now.
I was like,
no
we
going back from
here.
here.
Right.
But I did that. Let me think. What else have I done? Oh, we went to the Norfolk State game, the opener.
Yep.
I did a food review for Ibis, so shout out to Ibis for allowing us to come in and actually do a food review. So that was really good. They showed up and showed out for us. I mean, we had about 6 different drinks to taste. We had, oh my gosh, like 4 or 5 appetizers, like probably 2 or 3 meals. I mean, everything. I
saw the video
great.
yesterday. It was
everything
like that
was really good. Yeah.
That's what's up.
So that was cool. I got a few events that I planned these past few weeks, so I'm excited about those.
Sweet.
And that's pretty much what I've been doing. Working.
Yeah.
Working.
Yeah. That's what's up.
Yeah. What about you? What you been up to?
Same thing like you said, man. A lot of the kind of similarities there. Kids started school back, so that was exciting. You know, like I said, this summer has been a little rough because we typically have them in camp throughout the whole summer, but this year we had them in camp just for like the first part of the summer, and then after that, you know, every day. I mean, it was just like trying to work, trying to balance. It felt like I was back in COVID, to be honest with you. You know, with the kids at home, me primarily work from home as well. So that was challenging, but with them going back to school, that definitely feels like I have a lot more freed up time, you know, when it comes to that. So that was cool. What else I do? Labor Day weekend was this past weekend, so that was pretty cool, man. I have a cousin who's an officer, or excuse me, she's a chief in the military, and she's now being commissioned as an officer in the military. And so they had a ceremony for her on Friday. So that was pretty cool, man. Like, you know, my dad actually, who's a retired senior chief in the military, he pinned her because
that's dope.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, man. And she actually started crying and everything. I got some footage there. I know I'll ask permission, but we may kind of attach that to this part of the video. But it was really cool, man. My kids, my wife, all of us being able to be there. My mom, my sister, her parent, her mother. It was pretty cool because she always said that she dreamed to have her dad do that for her, and my uncle, her father, passed away a couple years ago. Tragic loss, and so my dad kind of has been like that role for her since he's passed away. So that was pretty cool moment. Man, after that, we went out and celebrated, got some food, got some drinks, and kind of kicked off Labor Day weekend. So,
nice.
So that was pretty cool, man. Then let me think.
Do they do the 2 pins and a cap?
Yeah. So my dad did the pins. Her mother did the cap part, and then like her mentor did another pin on the other side.
Sponsored.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. Let me think. What else this past weekend? Oh, went to my parents' house. Every Labor Day, they pretty much have a cookout. So we went over there, had a great time, man. Ate a lot of food, drank a lot of drink. You know, played games like we always do. So that was really fun. And then Monday, I actually cooked on the grill myself at home. Kids wanted some hot dogs and hamburgers, so I just kind of threw those on the grill. And that's pretty much it.
Grill too. Yeah.
It is too. Yeah. I mean, the weather's been great. I mean, the last week and a half. I feel like it's been inviting to do stuff outside. So, you know, cooked on the grill. Just played a couple times golf. Played golf yesterday with my buddy. Played with my son this past weekend on Sunday as well. And it's pretty much been it. Like you said, working as well. Work has been steady, been busy. So just excited to see. I know we're almost done with the third quarter, so I'm excited to see what the fourth quarter. Yeah.
Fourth quarter is coming.
What's been good with you, Mace, man? What you been up to the last couple weeks, man?
Man, I mean, I was focused more on Labor Day. One thing I say is never long enough. It went by really fast. But I had a chance to check out the Cousins Festival. It wasn't a 1.5 mile walk.
I should have went there.
Yeah, I stayed downtown.
It was a good time.
It was great.
It
was great.
My cousin, matter of fact, just mentioned that had the ceremony for her on Friday. That's where she went on Saturday.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people on there. In the videos and stuff, there was quite a lot of people there.
So it's from what so again, not a 1.5 mile walk. I stayed downtown Norfolk, so literally it was like 5 minutes. So I get there.
From the crib, right?
Yeah, walk from the crib. It was nice. All the acts did good. Everybody was on their best behavior. All my cousins was doing their job, just hanging out. I think they brought out about between 10 to 12,000 people. No incidents. Very clean, ran event. All the performers did extremely well.
How did Lil' Kim do?
She did great. And I always speak positivity. So she did great, but Kim knows.
My cousin, I know it was a cousin. My cousin who came to my parents' house on Sunday to Toby Kim was kind of doing Kim things.
She did her dance.
Yeah.
I think her one of her garments got caught in her
Yeah,
arm or
that's what
something,
she told
so she
me.
couldn't fully get that off. There was a parts where she was missing a little lyrics here and there, huffing and puffing. I could tell she hasn't performed in a while, but the energy though, it was there. People were helping her out, filling in the verses. She never do much. I mean, Lil' Kim is an icon. We know her from back in the day, so she did great. Everybody did great. T-Pain did great. Jeezy did great. It was a great event. And then I purchased a new property, so. My little sister, she lives in Miami. She flew up, and she's like really connected to God, like really close. And we all tried to get that close to God. But she came and blessed the crib and did all of that. So that was very good to get to see her during the weekend, and pretty much caught up on work and just rested. So that was my Labor Day.
What city did you purchase in?
Norfolk.
Oh.
Yeah. We're showing love in Norfolk right now.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So I mean, I know that Bryan introduced you, but tell the people a little bit about what you've done in the past and what you're doing now.
Okay, so yeah, I've been practicing law for about 8 years now. It's been going well. I say there's definitely a learning curve because in law school they just teach you how to read laws and pass tests, and they throw you out there get a job, and if you don't, look, figure it out. So thankfully and blessedly, we've been able to figure it out. Did well criminal law, but now I've kind of took more of a shift and more into real estate. You see all these nice garments here. We do
the merch.
We do a lot of title work where our goal is to push home buying. We want people to really be homeowners as opposed to renters. So that's one of our major platforms. We use that to do real estate attorney. I've been doing well with that, learning a lot about easements, a lot about partitions, talk about mortgage fraud, and just kind of keep people out of trouble where you don't realize all these pitfalls are lying and you don't even know they're there. And we've got a chance to really navigate those waters for our clients. And personal injury, I do a lot of that as well too. So I know Bryan didn't mention that, but that's part of my practice is real estate and personal injury. We'll probably get back to criminal law focus sooner or later, but right now we're focusing on these things so we can help a multitude of people from a big span. So yeah, that's kind of where we are right now, and we're just excited, man. Like you say, fourth quarter, and we're looking forward to all the good things that are coming.
Yeah, man.
So to all the future attorneys that are out there, how easy is it to switch your focus?
That's a loaded question. I know you guys probably have a bunch of loaded questions, but that's a good one. So I wouldn't necessarily say it's more about your support system. Like if you have the pieces around you that will foster that and support that, then it's not as hard. But if you're like me, I've been solo practitioner for a while now. We're adding more pieces, adding more attorneys to our team. But it was difficult because you always like the phone still rings with criminal law right now, and I'll take some, but I really try to refer them to a good attorney that's going to take care of them. But yeah, you get that itch like, another case, and when you're trying to focus on this. So you just kind of, pray on what you want to do. That's anything, like any transition, anything in life. You're just trying to make sure you're making the right decisions because sometimes things aren't right in front of you, and you want to make a switch. And that's kind of what we did. So to answer your question, it's not really easy. It's just about who's there and who's there to help you get to that next level.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And was there any type of like extra education?
Yes. The learning curve. Yeah, that probably was the most difficult because clearly, houses and dealing with criminal law is totally different. Mm-hmm. And honestly, one of the reasons why which is because in real estate, this is what I thought. The property doesn't talk, so it's easier, but no. Everybody else around it talks. Yes, everybody. Everybody talks. So like, no matter what, you represent people's interests. Somebody's going to be talking. It's just different conversations. So I thought that was going to kind of tone down a little bit, but it didn't. It might even went up. So that was.
Now you got to cover from both sides. Not just one client.
You get hit from every.
You get
hit from every angle.
Buyer, seller, agents. I mean, there's a lot of different interested parties in the situation.
And as they should. I mean, your livelihood, your person is extremely important, but your home, it goes hand in hand. So so I've learned that didn't change. So it's been good though. It's been good. I'm glad we made that transition. It's been working out, and I see good things happening more and more, but day by day, literally.
Yeah, man. I appreciate Jerm, man, because I remember I have a younger sister. I know you mentioned your younger sister. Is your younger sister or older sister?
She's younger. She acts like she's my older sister.
Yeah, they always do. Man. I think that's just women, man. They always, that nurturing, nurturing feel that they can try to give you, man. But I have a younger sister who was also an attorney, and I remember when my sister was trying to, figure things out, trying to, know what to study for the bar and all that. Like I remember I connected her to you, And so it was really good that you were able to help. And like I said, kind of piggybacking on what you said as far as lending help and trying to really help everyone when it comes to what they're trying to accomplish.
Absolutely, that's what it's all about. Each one teach one and give back.
Yeah. I think my middle child wants to be an attorney.
Yeah.
She has the personality for it.
Well, that's good. That's a part of it.
Yeah, that's my sister was.
Yeah, that's definitely a part of it.
We used to argue all the time.
Yeah,
growing up,
she's
and I feel like that's what it was.
Yes,
like, a lot of times you're trying to debate.
absolutely.
My sister was in debate classes growing up and all that, so it was like she always wanted to try to make sure she got her point across. And a lot of times when you would think something totally opposite of what she was thinking, then she started talking about it. I'm start questioning what I was thinking. I'm like, hold on.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, you know what? So I'm like, I knew she was gonna be a good attorney when she started doing that.
There.
Yeah, you actually got a really good point there. Like, I wasn't thinking about it like that,
Yeah.
So she's always had that ability to be able to kind of have those conversations and kind of, I guess, change your mind in a sense.
It's funny because in my household, I think I've mentioned this to Bryan before, but you don't know this. So when there's two people and they both feel strongly about it, we'll set up a courtroom.
Okay.
I'm the judge.
Okay.
The two attorneys, which is my daughter and whomever she's fighting against,
That's great, man.
plead their case.
That's great.
And then we'll have, the other kids be the jury.
Right. No. I mean, that's how you resolve a lot of conflict. If all society could do that, we might be in a better position, man.
Yeah, that's exactly what we do.
Sure.
And then at the end, I make a judgment, and that's how we.
And we moving forward. And
if you didn't plead your case right, then that's on you.
That's on you. No appeals in this courtroom, right?
No appeals. I think one time I allowed an appeal. One time, and they had to write it out.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
You worse in the Supreme Court, man. That's funny.
So that's how it goes there. But she's a reader, so she loves reading about different things. So, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, that's
good
my
stuff.
only reader in the house, and I got 3 kids.
Oh,
I mean, all of them can read. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that they're illiterate, but I'm gonna pick a book up every day.
That's good, especially this day and age, because everybody's on their phones and their tablets. She's reading.
My oldest, she ain't read nothing unless she forced.
That says a lot about her. For sure.
Mace, I guess, obviously Sophia and I kind of mentioning, she talking about her daughter, I'm talking about my younger sister. Like, what got you into law? Like, what made you, when did that yearning to be an attorney, lawyer, start with you?
That's a good question. I always felt like coming up, I've always been like a serviceable person. Like, I always wanted things to work out. Like, I was always friendly, cool with everybody. Like, I didn't like a lot of conflict, unless I was playing sports, and then that was different. And then we go off the court, everybody's cool again. So that was kind of what led me to do that in that sense. And then from there, it was more so like being a voice for people that really don't have voices. So from being from this area, I'm sure you know that there's not many attorneys that look like me, that talk like me and can carry themselves like me. So I seen it was an unrepresented profession, and it kind of drove me to say, like, maybe somebody could step in there, and that's kind of what did it. And then to kind of make it on top of that, I was in business a lot. I was working with a sports agent, handling deals, kind of being like a middleman. And unfortunately, which maybe now fortunately, I was getting cut out a lot. And I was just like, why I keep getting cut out? And sometimes I'm happy to people just like you put 2 pieces together and your value might not be as big as the whole, and that's all your value was a finder's fee. And it took me some time to understand that it's just about positioning. So I'm like, well, what's the best position you could be in for me as myself? Because everybody's different in the world. Whatever your purpose is, just try to be the best at that, and that's your position in the world. And I feel I can tag on to this profession as an attorney, and I'm positioned very well. And as long as I know what I'm doing, I won't be cut out. So that kind of, on top of all those things, will kind of push me towards being an attorney in my business sense and just wanting to be able to help people from a high position, high platform.
That's dope, man. Yeah. So I remember, like I said, you're right. I remember we playing football growing up, a lot of times, especially people from our community, all communities for the most part, but, you got them hoop dreams, right? Trying to make it to the NFL, right? I remember that was me. Like, I was trying to make it to the NFL. I didn't realize until, I would say, halfway through my freshman year of college, playing football, and because, we locally, so we're playing against, 757 has a lot of talent. Yeah. So every year we get, multiple people that go to the NFL, right? But I remember going, when you go to college, you're playing the best of the best, right?
From the area,
so
absolutely.
I remember, man, going to college and playing, and I went away to college. And so it's like playing against the best of the best. And it's like, I did very well. I actually ended up starting halfway through to my freshman year, right? Yeah. But it's like, when you see how everybody's good, it's not even about good. It's like everybody's like big, like strong, fast, you know what I mean? you know, and a lot of times in the league, they'll take developmental people that, you know, have the attributes, but maybe just kind of need to get the proper coaching. I was just like, yo, I need to start figuring out what else I'm gonna do outside of sports, man, because it was just like I knew that the likelihood of
the
me
clock was
making
ticking.
it was ticking, bro. Like
Yeah.
the crazy thing up to that point, man, when I was 5, I always wanted to be in the NFL.
Yeah.
So I mean, until I got 19, 20 years old, I had to kind of like start thinking about what those other things could be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So with you, I know you mentioning, you know, how you kind of thought about, like, when did that mindset shift? Or
Like
when did that
what? Like
change for you?
age? Like what age?
Yeah, like age.
Yeah, I
for
think
you.
honestly, I think I was like 27, and I was like, you know, if I keep going down this road, where is it going to get me? How, like, so I'm thinking like, and I still always think ahead. I'm thinking like 50, 60 right now at this age, and it's like I'm thinking, what could do that? And it was like, if I stayed on this road in 10 years, I mean, what's going to make me any different from the next person walking around here? And that kind of what pushed me to want to do that, because I wanted some difference and I want to be able to help people. So
Gotcha.
I had to level myself up and continue to level yourself up. So
Gotcha.
always looking ahead to see how you can better yourself, because that's success's biggest thing is complacency. Like if you feel like you made it, then that's your enemy right there, because you never made it. I don't care how much money you got, I don't care how many accolades you have. The next day is what's going to be able to make you keep that or be better to help people around you. So
Sure.
that's kind of always thinking ahead. And just chess. Life is chess, man. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
What's up, man?
Yep.
What's up?
Yep.
You got a question?
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'm
Like,
dropping jewels. I'm dropping
it's
jewels,
on me?
man.
Okay, so when you were in high school, you were playing sports. What sports you play?
I played football and I played basketball.
What positions did you play?
So football, what we ran back then it was like
Outside linebacker.
prehistoric type
Yeah, it was
defense,
like
a
a
5'3".
Yeah.
So I played outside linebacker. This day I probably would have been like a strong
Strong
safety,
safety in the
something
box,
like
yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, I played. Yeah, I
You
was
25 too, right?
Yeah, you remember that? Yeah, I was
bro.
aggressive playing
Yeah.
football,
I
like
was.
super aggressive.
Y'all were good? Was base good?
I mean, yeah, oh
Mace
yeah,
was good.
yeah,
Mace was
yeah.
good. Mace was
Okay.
good. I never
I got
forget
my
Mace.
street cred out there.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wasn't there, you know.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
from Virginia
I got
Beach.
some footage too. Yeah.
Yeah, let me make this comment, and I'll let you, you know, finish your thought, Sophia. So I never forget, right? Like we were saying earlier, you were a senior,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I was a freshman, right? And so I remember about the beginning of the year, I played JV, and then I actually got moved up to varsity, right? Because I did very well at JV.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and so I never forget the very first game I got moved up. I was played against Bayside.
I
It
remember
was your
that.
senior year, and I never forget. Bayside had Speedo.
Oh yeah.
They had
Shout out Speedo if
yeah,
he's
Speedo,
around.
my man Ike. Yeah, my man Ike. They
Yeah.
had Chubb.
Yeah.
They had a squad, bro.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And I don't know if it was their homecoming or not, but it was at Bayside.
Yeah.
And so I never forget it. I moved up. I'm nervous. I'm, you know, freshman, all, you know, junior, seniors or whatever. I'm the only freshman that was up there. And so I never forget, we went to overtime that game,
Yeah.
and Mace caught the interception in that game to seal the deal for us to win.
Yeah. Almost right.
Oh, I'm
Almost.
sorry. No, what was
It
that?
was a fumble recovery.
fumble recovery,
I scooped
okay,
and scored.
Scoop and score. That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
It was a turnover. my bad.
Yeah,
Not an
yeah,
interception,
yeah.
but it was a turnover. And that allowed us to win that game. And we were not supposed to win that game. We weren't picked to win that game. And I never forget, like, that was my first, like, varsity experience. And I remember, like, you being cool. I was congratulating you. Like, I never felt like, you know, I was like a little guy on the big stage or whatever. And I remember we were on the bus all the way home from the game. You know, we super hyped, and we used to do the freestyle joint. Remember the freestyle joint, Lorenzo High? Yeah, man. That was just so cool,
Those
man.
are
Like,
those
those
days,
experiences,
man.
man. I mean, just mind you, I was a freshman, so I was probably 15 at the time.
Yeah.
And I'm 38 now, and I still remember those things like it was yesterday.
Yeah, memory lane,
crazy.
man.
It's
Good
crazy.
stuff.
Yeah, my fault, Sophia.
Leave it to a man to interrupt. No, I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
yeah. Hey.
Just kidding. I'm
Yeah.
just kidding. Okay, so you went to undergrad, and then when did you decide to go to law school?
So yeah, I came home. That was a part about so after undergrads were what 22-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got a little internship job in Houston. I was working with Rap a lot, to be honest with you, getting into. I was with Bun B and all them, doing all that stuff, but something didn't feel right about that. Like again, the transitions and everything. I'm like, where is this gonna lead to me? Am I gonna be a road manager? Like, what am I gonna do? So I came home to kind of reevaluate, and I started working with a sports agency. They had some first round draft picks. They were doing really well, and I was doing that, and then that's kind of when I realized like I want to be an attorney, and also. Y'all don't know my family. Well, you know, maybe you might know. My family's Jamaican, so you know. Then it's like they're in my ear, like, so what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Because that's how Jamaican families are. They're just gonna keep
Foreign
on.
families,
Yeah, true. They're gonna keep on pressing you, like, what are you doing? And that kind of like, okay, I'm gonna listen to y'all with this as well, because my whole energy is telling me to do this, and y'all been kind of saying this. So like at this point, I need to go do that. So my aunt bought me the LSAT books, and then I remember I was in Virginia Wesleyan just studying by myself, coffee, and like those are the type of things where it's really soul searching. Like you got to kind of like, and I was fortunate enough then not to have children, not to be super things tying me down, that I could actually do that and be able to move forward with that. So yeah, that's kind of where kind of got me to where I am right now.
Nice. Okay, and so now you're the owner of Regis, which is a title company here
Yes.
in Norfolk, Virginia.
Yep.
When it comes to the new business of being an attorney, how does your job tie into the new company?
Yeah.
Have you seen things like mortgage fraud or any type of fraud that's been going on? Because I know it's upticking,
Yeah.
especially in today's AI society.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
everything.
I call them pirates. They out here. They're out here.
Remember the situation, wire fraud.
Yeah. They've tried. I mean, all kind of companies get their try. I think it's not about if, it's like when. You just have to have the safeguards in place and knowing what to catch and kind of just being ahead of it. So we've been doing well with that. Catching those and putting in the safeguards to ensure that everybody's investment and their transaction is safe with us. And it's kind of back to what I was saying earlier, like transitioning is all about your support. I definitely want to shout out Colleen. She's been very good at helping us here, getting to our next level and guiding us through a lot of situations that she has that type of experience for. She's our COO, and we love her to death over there at Regis, keeping things in order. And it's just exciting to see the growth. I think we started at the end of 2023, and that was before we even launched. And then 24, we started kind of picking up, letting people know about us. We started with some closings, maybe about 4 or 5 a month, very modest 6. This year, we've been ramping up to about 20, 25 closings a month. It's exciting, and every day is growing, and we're providing a good service to the community. And I really like it, and it's fun helping people. And it's like, when you see that face of that first homeowner, it's like, that's the best thing ever, because you know that person's life has literally been changed. And it's now, we know how real estate works. There's so many people working to get to this goal, whether you're the appraiser, the loan officer, whether you're the agent, whether you're the title company, whether you're the attorney, or whether you're the buyer, the seller, the children. Like, everybody is affected by this one transaction. And it's kind of amazing when you see it all come together at the closing table.
Yeah.
Now, one of the components that that you pretty much tell your clients, or you advise them to get, is title insurance.
Oh yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
So anytime that you are a homeowner, there's lender's title, and then there's owner's title insurance. If you're is it ever waived on the lender side? I don't think so. Yeah. So you always have to pay. You always got to get the lender's title insurance,
but
but you do
is
optional.
Yeah.
So tell the people what that is and how important it is.
Yeah, it's very important. And there's a lot of things that get looked over in the home buying process. And any good agent, and I'm sure they all tell their clients the options, especially the loan officers, they're going to protect their money. It's basically just saying that you can't get a knock on your door one day saying, hey, this is my property because my grandmother passed away 5 years ago, but I never came back to claim it. And the fact that you signed over this deed is a problem because it's ours. So you get the title company involved to ensure they do the title search all the way back to a minimum of 20 years. And from there, they ensure that process to say, look, we stamped this. If anything goes wrong, either you get your money back or that person will be able to get paid from that as well. So everybody's happy. There's no lose-lose. It's a happy day, no harm, no foul. So, and it's not very expensive. It happens at the closing table. Anybody that's bought a home or bought a property knows that there's a lot of numbers flying around on these sheets. And it's one of the smaller numbers up there, but it's a number that's up there, and it makes a huge difference, and it gives you that peace of mind. So you literally can lay your head down and know that you're safe and nobody's going to come and say, I own this home out the blue.
And we deal with a lot of insurance, right? We got homeowners insurance, we got mortgage insurance, we got all these different things that you pay on a monthly basis. But with title insurance, it's only one time.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
So,
one-time cost.
Yeah, it's a one-time cost. So we do recommend that if you are a homeowner, if you're in the process of buying, definitely take a look at what homeowners title insurance is, and definitely get it, because it's important. So tell the people, in the event that something does come up, how do you step in the system?
So first I would say that on a 100% scale, this is probably like, we hope that this is like 3% that these things ever occur. But if that does happen, kind of like I was saying, we step in and say, look, we certified this search, and this is the insurance that says, this is the search, and this is the insurance that protects the client, and this is why you can't say this is your home. And then if this goes bigger than that, then we have to go do injunctions, go to court, file pleadings to get a judge to say, oh, Regis did their job here. I don't see any missing links in this title. It's insured. You're incorrect. And then the 0% chance or negative % chance dealing with us is that, oh, they missed something and you're correct. But again, the insurance is going to protect everybody involved in that transaction. So that's some like you say, one-time payment, something that will stop lifetime headache. For real. For real.
Exactly. So speaking on mortgage fraud, I mean, we touched on this just a little bit, but did you see in the news where one of the Fed chairs, Lisa Cook, she's in the news in regards to mortgage fraud. So basically they're saying that on some type of documentation, allegedly, she indicated that she was purchasing 2 separate homes, and both of these homes were her primary residences, right?
Yeah.
So we do a lot of applications. We do a lot.
Whole bunch.
Every week. And when you're filling out this application, you are going to answer, or you're going to answer the question of this is your primary, secondary, or if it's an investment property, right?
Yep.
So in the event that you say that this is a primary residence, but you never live in the house, that you answering that question wrong is considered to be mortgage fraud.
Correct.
Right? And you really can't say that it was a mistake, because not only do the lender ask, but when you complete the contract for the purchase of the property, you also indicate what type of purchase it is.
2 times.
2 times, right. 2 times. And then on all the documentation that you get thereafter, you know, they're asking that question.
So it's pretty blatant.
Right?
It's pretty
blatant. Yeah, exactly. So what do you think about that, and what do you advise to people when it comes to the caution of mortgage fraud? Yeah,
and it's funny you asked. I actually did a segment on this with Christopher Haskins. We talked very deep about that, about this subject. So my thing is just honesty. Be transparent. Be like glass. Anything that you don't want somebody to find out, don't lie about it. Just be honest. So it's like an audit. So if anything happens, you're straight up and down, you did your job. So that's really what mortgage fraud is just falsifying documents. If you're telling something that's incorrect and you're handing it over, then that's that. And then like Sophia was saying, the worst part about it is you wrote it. You wrote it once, you wrote it twice, you did it again and again. It's like you're locked in. There's no way around it. It's done deal. Like, you can't say, well, I thought, you know, you didn't think anything. You thought you was going to get away with it. That's what you thought. So that, with those type of things, just be transparent. I mean, people make mistakes, but the thing is just be honest from the beginning and make sure you understand what you're doing when you're buying a home, because that's the last thing you want. And it all comes back to like protecting their investment. A mortgage it's a large lump sum, and they do this daily. So they want to ensure this is not a red flag. Like, they don't want to go back and foreclose. Like, that's going backwards. They want to move forward. And when you lie to them about that, they get really upset. So, and then it's major situations that fall from that, though.
Yeah. And I know a lot of people think, like, why does it even matter? Why do we even care about that? Well, the difference is the interest rate, right?
Yeah, there's advantages.
Yeah.
There's multiple things. That's one of them, though.
Yeah. So, Bryan, you can talk about the advantages.
Yeah, I mean, the advantage of buying a house as a primary residence versus a second home, or even versus a investment property, are really significant in our space. So, interest rate. I mean, interest rate alone, I mean, you're looking at a lot of times maybe 1 full percent, even 2%, now depending on your credit and how, you know, the purchase price is and all those other things. But so the interest rate is going to be significantly better if you're buying it as a primary residence. The down payment requirement is significantly less as well. So typically, you know, when you're buying something as a primary residence, you know, it can be 3 to 5%, 3.5%. Sometimes, you know, if you get down payment assistance and you're a first-time home buyer, in a sense, you can not have to put any money down for a down payment. So, you know, compared to an investment property, out the gate, you're going to have to put down in most cases 20%. Second home,
some
you
major
at least
difference.
10%.
Yeah, some major difference.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a significant difference as far as money out of your pocket that you're gonna have to put down, and also the monthly mortgage payment when it comes to that. You know, it's crazy because I know you're an attorney, and you know, a lot of times it's about verbiage and words, right?
Yeah.
Because I know in our space, when it comes to like mortgages, it's always called the intent, right?
Yeah.
That's the word, right?
The
That's the
intent.
magic word. So, you know, because I've seen scenarios and I've been around for a while in this real estate mortgage world, 17 years to be exact, and I've seen, you know, how people have kind of manipulated, you know, the system in a sense where, you know, they say, hey, my intent is to occupy the property,
Yeah.
but they, you know, they don't actually occupy the property, you know?
Right.
But there are ways that I've seen people maneuver it where, you know, they've been able to get and buy a house and not necessarily live in for a very short period of time, where maybe their immediate future was to buy and live in the house,
Yeah.
but their long-term future was to, you know, have it as an investment property, which in those scenarios, I mean, you know, there are ways to kind of go about that.
Yeah, and I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think you have to live, when that does come up, you have to live in it for at least a year, or is it 2 years or something like that?
So to be honest with you, man, there's really not, I mean, FHA loans, they say like 6 months to a year.
Okay.
Really what it comes down to, man, there's really not like a black and white time frame per se. It's more so just like, is it plausible? Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? And so, because I've had a person, even recently, that I helped purchase a house, who bought a house and then 6 months later was looking to purchase another house.
Okay.
And so what happened was I was helping him purchase both of those homes, and the underwriter, because, you know, in our world, the underwriter, their job is to, you know, make sure everything passes the sniff test, right?
Yeah.
You know, make sure all T's are crossed and I's are dotted. And so that was one of the first questions the underwriter asked, because we consider those red flags. Like, why are you buying a house saying that you're going to live in here, and then literally 6 months later, you're looking at moving somewhere totally different, right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, his situation, this particular person's situation, was that, you know, when he bought the home, he didn't realize it was in a bad neighborhood. And so his kids and everything were, you know, being bullied and at school and in the neighborhood. And so they were looking at, him and his wife were looking at trying to purchase somewhere in a neighborhood that was better than the one they were living in. Mm-hmm. And so in that scenario, you know, from the outside looking in, you're like, man, that doesn't make sense. Somebody's trying to buy a house back to back that quickly, right? Who buys a house then looks to move 6 months later? But that scenario made sense, right?
That does
so
make
underwriting
sense.
was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
I can understand that. Yeah.
We had we call them letter of explanation, had him write it up, you know, explaining exactly the scenario, and that was fine. So he was able to buy a house, you know, 2 different houses for his primary residence within, you know, really 7-8 months.
Yeah.
You know.
Wow.
And I had a situation where husband and wife purchased the home together. It was a pretty significant amount. Husband died, and so, you know, at that point,
she didn't want to live there anymore. Yeah.
Not even that. It was more so the affordability.
Oh yeah, that too.
She was a at home.
Oh, okay,
wife.
okay.
She didn't need the home anymore, and she didn't feel that she needed to make a payment of that amount each month. So, of course, then at that point, she wanted to downgrade.
Yeah.
So sometimes, you know, it as long as it makes sense and it can be explained, it's okay. But if you just wake up one day and just say, hey, I just want to buy a new house just because, I mean, you better be able to explain why.
Well, just say, make it make sense.
Yeah, make it make sense.
Yeah,
exactly.
make it make sense.
And unfortunately, we have to ask the question, yes, it is our business. Unless you can go and buy the house cash. Then, you know, it's all your business.
Exactly.
But until then, we got questions.
And I like kind of not switching lanes, but kind of just mentioning something that you, or just piggyback on something you said earlier, as far as like you realizing how many people are impacted when it comes to you know, just one transaction. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, that was one of the reasons why I got into the business, and I saw that firsthand. You know? And then we even saw it, you know, when we had the pandemic, right? That was one of the major reasons. I know a lot of times Sophia and I have conversations with people about like interest rates and, you know, will they ever get down that low again and all those different things. And one of the driving forces of those interest rates being that low was really to kind of stabilize the economy during that time of uncertainty, right? Because we didn't know what was going to happen, how long the pandemic was going to, you know, last, you know, who was going to be impacted, you know, jobs, different things of that nature. And so with the lowering of interest rates, what that did was that allowed a lot of people to buy and sell real estate, right? Refinance, better position themselves. And it helped a lot of people in that scenario, right? And I forget the exact number. I know it's probably changed over the years, but I remember like maybe 7-8 years ago, I remember I was at a conference and they were talking about it. They were like, on one transaction of a buying and selling of real estate, it's like 30-something people get paid off of one transaction. And so that's just the power of the exchange of real estate, right? So just knowing that, like, hey, one person buying a property, one person selling a property, like you mentioned, an appraiser, a home inspector, all the different people, the clerk that's down working at the city, who has to file the paperwork.
Absolutely,
like all those people are getting paid off of that one transaction.
Yep.
And so that's why sometimes when you see the economy maybe hitting a rough place, they'll try to lower interest rates to try to stimulate, that flow of real estate and the exchange of real estate to try to help and make sure that, people are able to work and sustain their jobs.
That's really good insight. No, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the things that I also seen in the news is that the House and the Senate, they passed a bill to stop trigger leads.
Yeah.
So if you don't know what trigger leads are, if you've ever applied for a mortgage, right after your credit is pulled, you're probably going to receive 1,000 phone calls.
They hit you up,
you
man.
bought a house recently,
They hit you up, man. I'm like, what happened? So I had to check my social media. Like, what? Did something happen? Like, everybody was calling. Yeah.
I think that's me. You even had a conversation about it.
Yeah.
We can talk about
so
that. Yeah.
we, of course, you're not going to see the difference right away. It's probably going to take about 6 months to a year before it's actually implemented, but it's definitely going to help us out a lot because you know how many calls I get when I pull credit and they're like, oh my God, these people keep calling me. And then that works against us sometimes, right? Yeah. Because now you have other lenders who are calling, selling dreams that aren't really legit, Yeah. So I'm glad that that is.
So you looked at that. Is that just for the mortgage world, or does that affect like Zillows, and is that different type of leads? Or?
I didn't look that deep.
Okay.
But feel free to look deeper if you want.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I'll even add some 2 cents on this one, man, because I was on both ends of the spectrum, like Sofia mentioned, right? So I remember when I first got into the business, towards my end years of college, the way I got into business was, there was a woman who kind of was like, she was my mentor at the time. She showed me, I was her runaround person. So every day I got out of college, out of class, I would go to her office and she would just like have me do stuff, right? She owned a mortgage, she was a partner in a mortgage company. And so one of the things that she did was she purchased leads, like what you just mentioned, right? So what she would do, and this was obviously a lot slower, like now when you get your credit pulled immediately, you're getting calls, same day within 10, 15 minutes, right?
Minutes.
So
real time.
Back then, when we used to do it, things were a lot slower, 08, 09, where every day she would pay for these leads. So she would get an email of like a list of people who got their credit pulled for mortgage related services, right? And so my job every day was to try to convert those into leads for her, right? So I would come out of class around like 1, 2 o'clock. And then I would go to her office and then she would have these leads for me and I would get on the phone. I was young, energetic, and I was trying to like let people know like, hey, at the time, it was funny, like interest rates were like 8, 9, 10%. And we were just trying to convert them into refinances, right? So we would tell them, hey, because at the time rates were like 6.5% or whatever, kind of where they are now, to be honest with you, a little bit better now. But, we were just kind of having those conversations and I was trying to convert and that's how she would pay me. So it was incentivized for me to convert those leads. So that really was how I made my, my break into the mortgage world. But now
Wolf of Wall Street right here.
yeah, in a sense you can say that. Right? But now being on the other end of that, like Sofia mentioned, I mean, it's a headache, man. The amount of calls you get, and especially the people who have really good credit, because they can tell. There's a system now where you can actually tell how well a person's credit profile is when they're actually getting those trigger leads. So a person that has really good credit, you're gonna get hit up by everybody. A person who doesn't have that greatest credit or couldn't qualify, most of the time you're not gonna get phone calls like that. You know what I mean? So it's like you were the ugly duckling in a sense, right? You weren't the cute one at the dance. But I'm glad to see, like Sofia mentioned, that was passed, and like you said, hopefully it's implemented ASAP, so we can start and stop having those conversations. Because every time I have somebody help buy a house, man, that's literally the next thing. I kind of try to get in front of it. Sometimes I forget, but they get hit up all day, every day, man.
Yeah, all day, every day.
Yeah, I even have people who was like, yo, like they almost deterred them from buying a house because it was just like too much.
Yeah. And then there's some people who just don't know how to like ignore the phone calls. They're like, I gotta see who called. Like I gotta
was
answer
ignoring them calls.
Yeah. Exactly.
Correct.
Yeah. All right. So every time we come to the podcast, we play One Gotta Go. So now that you're here, you are going to be a part of this game.
Okay. See what you got.
So, in regards, today we're going to choose the subject of food.
I'm hungry right now too. So
Me
that sounds
too.
good.
It's lunchtime.
Yeah,
Look,
it is.
I
Yeah.
don't know. The one that's staying might be the what I eat today.
Right.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. Matter of fact, that's what you should do. Whatever one. Well, I guess we have whatever one pick. You should, I guess, have it for dinner or have it for lunch or whatever.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're gonna do. Okay.
There you go.
All right. So one gotta go. I'm gonna let you go first. Then we'll let Bryan go. Then I'll do mine at the end. All right.
Okay.
So when it comes to food, and you're choosing, it's date night.
Date night.
Okay.
Do I even have a choice on
You
date
don't
night?
really.
No, okay.
Right.
All
Right.
right.
All right.
Okay, let's not go too deep.
Okay, I got
It's
you.
just
I
a random day now.
got you. I got you.
You at work?
I'm
No,
with you.
okay. All right. So you got 4 choices. Okay. What are you gonna have? What are you gonna let go? You got Hispanic food. You got Asian. You got Caribbean/African food.
I like how you did that. So you put them together.
And then Italian. Which one has to
Ooh,
go?
that's a toughie. Well, Caribbean gotta stay.
Okay.
So, I mean, I gotta keep that. Yeah.
That's the roots, man. Right?
Man. They would castrate me if I did.
Little jerk, little
Right.
Listen,
you know what I mean?
listen.
Yeah, so we gotta
We
keep
had one about soul food the other day, and he
Yeah.
let soul food go. So
I
his
did.
his card was
But
definitely
Mace.
snatched.
In my defense, Mace, I was so let me tell you this.
Throw it out.
In my defense, I even had this conversation with my brother-in-law, right? This past weekend for Labor Day, because he was over the house, we was cooking out, and he was like, you know what? At first glance, when I heard you say that, I was like, man, you crazy. But then he was like, actually, I think about it, like, out of all those foods that you went over, like, I probably eat soul food the least out of those foods. I'm like, see, that's my point. I typically eat soul foods like seasonal. You know what I'm
Special
saying?
occasions.
Yeah,
type.
special occasions, you know what I mean? So I can go without
You can
those,
live
'cause they're
without-
special
when
occasions.
you
The
put
other
it like
foods I
that,
eat on a day-to-day,
That's logical because you're not eating
Yeah.
turkey necks every day.
Nah,
Like
that ain't popping off like that. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? You know, Thanksgiving, maybe,
Right.
you know, a celebration situation or whatever. You know what I mean?
I
But
see that.
my seafood and you know, all this
still
stuff.
can't go.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
All right, my
Alright,
fault. But
so-
go ahead and answer the question, man.
And then okay, so we got the Jamaican food. You said the Hispanic food. You said the Italian food. And what was the other one?
Asian cuisine,
Asian.
right? Yeah.
And we gotta let one go.
Mhm.
So I'm just gonna go like Bryan did on my day-to-day. What could I live without? Ooh. I would have to say Italian. I don't have to have Italian food. I mean, don't get me wrong. Everybody likes spaghetti, the linguine,
I had lasagna last
the
night, bro.
Alfredo.
I did too.
Yeah.
I can show a picture of my phone. I had lasagna last night. I literally had lasagna last night, bro.
But
We
you
had
know,
lasagna, broccoli, and breadsticks.
yeah.
Yeah.
Chinese food's clutch all the time. Fried rice, that's a clutch one. And then
Literally last night.
Yeah,
Oh, you
lasagna.
did?
I didn't
Yeah.
take a picture, but
yeah. So that's where I would go with that. You know,
Okay.
it's a tough decision. You asked a hard question.
Yeah.
Nah, that's tough. That's
It
tough.
is. That's the point of the game.
Right.
It's a tough decision. All right, B.
So let me
You up?
So
You about to let go of this Caribbean food.
Because it's just too close to soul food,
It's too
right?
close to soul food. It's all-
That ain't too
You
close to soul food. Caribbean food is not too close to soul food. It's not in my mind. Nah.
No, I agree.
But so yeah, same thing like you said, Mace. I always start off with the one that's safe over here.
Yeah.
The one that's safe over here is Caribbean food.
Okay.
Easy. I mean that's literally my favorite
Real
type of
brethren
food.
right here.
Yeah.
Give me half your
not
black
too
card
much
back.
crazy. The thing about me though is not too crazy spice. I know sometimes Caribbeans they like to kind of put too much on it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Too much, and I don't like it going crazy
Yeah,
like
you
that.
can't-
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? I like the little kick, little spice, but Caribbean food, my favorite. Then I would say,
And that includes African dishes too.
yeah, I like
Yeah.
African food. Yeah.
Yeah.
So my second I would say that I would put over there would be actually kind of opposite of you, bro. Italian food. I like Italian food a lot.
Yeah.
I like my pastas. My favorite restaurant when I was growing up, my parents, I thought it was like, you know, how a steakhouse is now was Olive Garden. Bro.
Mhm.
My mom, my dad took Olive Garden. I know my dad got paid.
That was
Yeah.
a
I
knew it was a
5-star
good day.
restaurant
I
when
knew it
we
was
were
a good
kids.
day. Unlimited breadsticks and
Yeah.
salad,
Red
bro,
Lobster?
fettuccine Alfredo.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Olive Garden was literally
You didn't go to Red Lobster?
I did too.
Oh,
I
okay.
go there too. Yeah. I'm just talking about from the Italian perspective of it, you know, why I'm putting Italian over there. I still, to this day, like I mentioned, I had lasagna last night. That was my go-to, right? So it comes down to me between Asian and Hispanic food. And I would say I would get rid of, the Asian food. I would get rid of Asian food, man. Yeah.
So you don't like sushi then?
I do like sushi.
Okay,
I do.
okay,
But
okay.
out of those two, when I'm left with those two, I would say Asian food I have less cravings for. You know what I mean? I like sushi. I like it actually a lot, but you know, I eat those like I eat it once, man, and then like I can go like months without eating Asian food. You know what I'm saying? Hispanic food, I eat it more frequently. You know what I'm saying? You know, we
Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, there you go, right? Tacos. I mean, a lot of different, you know, things, man. You know, within the Hispanic realm of food that I eat, bro. So yeah, Asian would have to go for me. What you got, Sophia?
All right. So for me, when it comes to the 4 choices of Asian food, Italian food, Hispanic food, and African/Caribbean food, the 2 that to me has to stay is Caribbean and Hispanic.
Okay.
The reason why is because 1, Caribbean food is clutch. I love Caribbean and African foods, right? But then if we think Hispanic, that includes like Cuban and some of the other cultures, and it's very similar to Caribbean food, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, you gotta have that, right? I would say out of the last 2, which is Asian and Italian, I would keep Italian, and Asian has to go.
Oh, we're back on the same page.
We are, and I would say that for me, I eat sushi, but everything else I can go without. Like I'm not a big like all the chickens, the bourbon chickens and the orange chickens and all that stuff. I can go without
sesame
that
chicken.
Yeah.
Beef and broccoli.
But I definitely can eat some pasta.
I love it. I like it food. I can like you said, I can go without
I can definitely go without it. And I never really crave that kind of food. So yep, I'm there with you.
Okay. Cool deal, man.
Wrapped up on one, gotta go. Now, what do you have coming up? What you got going?
We have an event coming up for Regis. We're doing a boat party to close out the summer for all our partners that work with us, all our agents that trusted us, people that we want to work with in the future. Come out, details will be revealed soon, and we look forward to seeing everybody there that can make it.
Yeah, I know you kind of sent me like you know, a little snippet of how it's gonna be, man. That joint look fire.
Yeah. Should
so
be
I'm
a great
time.
To
that, bro.
Should be a great time. Yeah.
Attendance for that one, man.
Yeah. Am I invited?
Come on. You got a shirt on.
Yeah.
Okay. I got the invite because I got the shirt.
Not because of that, but that's overly stamps it.
I'm excited to come. I think it's gonna be a really dope event.
Look forward to it.
Outside of that, what you got going on personally? Anything coming up that you're doing?
I mean, we're working. It's pretty. There's a lot of stuff going on in regards to that. Family. My son's getting older. Jace, he's about 2 now, and it's just a lot. I came with a combination of all this stuff. He's growing with Regis, like so. And then pretty much that's it. I think we got a vacation coming up, but nothing major. Other than that, just staying low key and bringing my best to the community.
Okay.
Yeah, you know.
And then what you got do? What you doing?
Let me see. Well, I'll shout out football. Football come on tonight.
Oh yeah.
NFL game. I know you're an Eagles fan.
Yeah, I just try to temper all that because we focus on this season. We got the championships. We ain't talking about championships. I don't hear nothing.
I got you, man. But yeah, for me, man, I got. So football starts. The reason I mentioned that was because my son, he's kicking off his football year, man. So he has his first game on Saturday. So I'm excited. I got him in the older league this year because he's 7, but he's in the 8 and 9 year. I put him in a higher league, as far as age group, so I can see
now he's a superstar. I'm sure y'all know by now, but now he's a superstar. He's on his way. Sign a ticket right now.
Right. So I'm excited to see how he does, man, because I feel like most of the sports he's been in, he's kind of been like the one of the better kids on the team. And he still could be like that, with this older group that he's going to be on. But I just wanted to see how he kind of manages himself with
the next level,
being with older kids, man. So I'm excited for that. I'm obviously going to be helping out coaching as well. So I'm really excited for that. Let me think. What else I got going? I mean, that's pretty much it for real. I know I'm going to Mexico. I know we talked about like Hispanic food and things of that nature. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to Cabo, which I've never been before.
Any college football coming up?
Yeah, man. I'm going to this weekend. ODU. ODU has a game, man. So I'm gonna go check out ODU play North Carolina Central. One of my favorite HBCUs, man, from back home in Carolina. So I'm looking forward to that game. That should be a good time. And then, like I said, I'm going to Cabo at the end of the month. So that should be pretty fun as well. And I mean, that's really it. Like Sophia mentioned, I went to the Norfolk State game, was able to see Mike Vick's first coaching. They got beat, wasn't really the greatest outcome, but
All that hype.
yeah.
No, stop it. It takes progress, man. Yeah,
It's a process,
We're trying to
man.
rebuild a program.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
but it was a lot of hype.
Yeah.
It was
dope just to be a part of that, man. Like I said, I was explaining to my son the significance of Mike Vick in this area, him kind of being one of the pillar athletes to make it to the NFL and give a lot of people inspiration and hope. Because I feel like, and I know you could probably attest to this, Jeremy and Sophia as well, is like a lot of times, especially people in our community, we don't know what our potential or what we can be, without actually seeing someone else do it, right?
Correct.
And so, Mike Vick was that for me as a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like seeing Mike Vick on the cover of Madden, right?
Yeah.
Seeing him be literally here, being able to see him young, play high school football award, beat from Newport News, beat some of the challenges that it takes to kind of get through that system, go to Tech, be, in the Heisman Trophy room and all of that, bro. Like, that was something that showed me like, I can actually make it. You know what I mean? So, being able to see him now come back, coach Norfolk State, kind of pour into some of the kids that are, now playing for that program, man, I thought was important for me to be able to go to that game. I brought my son as well, so he can kind of see that representation that way as well and see how it was a big deal and how the fanfare and everything came about.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah. What about you, Sophia? What you got going on?
So for me, I have a line dancing event with agents next Wednesday at Eagles Nest.
Can you line dance?
Yes.
So I've seen. So you know how they do these line dances. I was looking at them the other day. I was like, they're all variations of the same dance.
Yeah,
it's just,
they are.
It's like one little move here. I don't line dance. So I was just watching.
So
I'm
there's
like,
country line dancing. I'm not that great at it, but I probably know about 3 or 4.
Okay.
And then there's like Black people line dancing.
That's what I'm talking about. The 4 or 5 is okay. Yeah. But they're all variations of the same one. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, they all have the same stuff. Even in the country line dancing, they might move in different directions, but it's probably about 4 or 5 moves that they do.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm doing that at Eagles Nest, which is going to be more so country line dancing.
Okay.
I have, let's see, what do I have coming up? I have a content creation event going on at the Moxie on September 18th. It's on a Thursday. It's during the day from 11 to 2. And then I also have a golf event on October 1st. I haven't put out the details for that yet.
You're busy.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
I have three different events that I'm hosting in the next couple weeks. I'll definitely be busy. Outside of that, just school stuff with my daughter. She, it feels like that because she didn't make varsity volleyball this year, she went on to do other things, and now my calendar is full of her crap again. So, but the good thing is that she has a license, so she can drive to some of this stuff herself.
That's always convenient.
Yeah, that always comes in clutch. But outside of that, just working. Yeah, just trying to build business for sure. So I can give more referrals to Regis, right?
Hey, we ready for him. We are ready for him.
Regis handles all of my stuff, man. Anything that I do, every time I get someone who reaches out to me and is looking for some type of representation when it comes to settlement services, I always refer stuff to Jeremy, man. They take care of it very well. Colleen, as you mentioned as well, she's normally the point of contact. She does very, very well for Regis too, man. So shout out to her, man.
If anybody sees these hats around, if you want one, just reach out to me. I'll get you a hat. They reached out, I got them a hat. So it's very that simple.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is that simple. We do appreciate you coming to the podcast. For some reason, I thought JC was on the podcast before.
Yeah.
We so close they forgot about me. I'm like, I had to mention to him, like, I've never been on the podcast.
That's true. I was sitting thinking like, I know we talked about it, but I guess it just actually never was put together. So,
Yeah.
Glad to have you come by, bro.
I'm glad I stopped by. It was very fun, man. Y'all got a good thing going here, man.
Thank you. Thank you. If you're a real estate agent in the region, you want to be on a podcast, contact me or Bryan. We're always looking to have new people come on, new guests, and so they can give their perspective on what's going on in our community within real estate.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Where can the people follow you? How can they contact you?
So we have a website, registitleva.com. You can find me on Instagram, jcmason_Esquire. We got Regis Title on Instagram as well. We're very accessible. You can Google us, Google my name, JC Mason, something's pop up. So I'm here, man. I'm here to help the people and do what we can do.
And Regis is spelled with Regis, right?
I-S, not the U, the I.
Yeah,
Regis.
yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, I know a lot of times people get that mixed up. I've had people even ask me that too. So
Regis, yep.
Yeah.
Regis, yep.
Good.
All right, well, you can follow me. I am Sofia KB.
Yep, and you can follow me, Bryan, BRYAN_Royster. And
you can follow the podcast at Let's Talk BSPC. Thank you, and we will see you in
maybe 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
All right.